Do you think?
No, the frame's
Well,
pretty
my
tight.
socks are
Is it? It's probably right on me.
Yeah.
So then you could take the concept of stillness. So why don't we just explore stillness now? Now again, this is just for us to observe like how to put together a seminar. So one would be practice yoga. So that would be like the first thing. Two would be to explore. No, there won't be any cars unless it's a ranger.
Okay.
And maybe the ranger will come and say yoga's illegal here. You never know. Like they might say like you can't practice. Actually, there are signs in certain parks that says no yoga. Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, there was actually an article about it. It was interesting. Because yoga teachers kept like showing up at parks and then taking over like the whole park. So the kids couldn't play, they couldn't play football because like the whole section was taken.
Yoga.
Okay, so Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So now we'll just practice stillness, just sitting still. So just breathe, close your eyes. Or if you want, you could keep your... Another thing you could do too, if you want, is you can keep your eyes open and meditate. If you want. I'm going to close my eyes because actually I prefer my eyes closed. And just be still for a little while. And notice what arises. And just watch your mind. And when your mind, if it starts spinning, just say to yourself, Nirodha, just internally, which just means stillness. That's all it means. If you hear a distraction, just label it thought, and then repeat the word Nirodha, or stillness. Taking a deep breath. And exhale. All right, so these are, again, different ways to think about the practice and how you can actually physicalize an aphorism. And there are so many different ones. Like there's 100, yeah. And there's more though, because there's also like you could even go into the Mahabharata, for instance, which is a whole other thing. But like you could actually, like, some people reenact scenes from those from the Mahabharata as part of their like study. And like I know the bhakti yogis do that a lot. They reenact part of the Ramayana, or there's also the Ramayana, which is a whole other one. Or I'm told it's pronounced Ramayana, but whatever. Doesn't, the point is we call it the Ramayana in the West. It's called Ramayana in the East. So you can do that with the aphorisms if you should choose to. And sometimes, like when I'm working with somebody for a long time, especially like private clients, I'll start to dive into that kind of stuff, where I'm working more into the sutras versus just doing physical yoga with them. Okay? So you can get creative, and you can actually physically go into
and then
you could physically go into the sutras.
with the video with last week, you were also saying that they can be mantra chants as well.
They can be chants as well, right? Like you could chant the whole sutra, the whole thing, like all the sutras, you could chant them. I sent you guys a website. Did you get that, the sutras? Okay. So that has a ton of information, more information that probably I'll ever type up.
I read a lot of them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, right? Yeah.
Really amazing in
Yeah.
what he was trying to. I mean, it really is the whole practice of yoga.
I mean, it's just like it's just a piece of it, actually. In my opinion, there's the sutras, and then there's there's also all the Vedanta. There's the Vedanta, right? Which is, it's just a huge, I don't know, I think like you're only, in one lifetime, you're only going to get a piece of the whole practice. But then again, like the whole practice is in you in this moment, right? So there's that too. All right, so all right, so let's go ahead and so if you guys want to be in the shade, why don't we do like a line up this way, but let's all like do like a class formation where we're all facing one way. So if you want to be in the shade, you can be in the shade. If you want to be in the sun, be in the sun, and then we'll practice a little bit, because I want to do some warm up and then go into back bend, twist, and balancing.
Wait, kind of like this?
No, kind of like where like you're all here, like
out
facing the wall.
My
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
Is
Let's
there
do
a
that.
restroom around here?
I think in this case, it's going to be like up the side of the hill or something, because I don't think that we have full.
Oh shoot! I forgot this is you. I just touched it. I'm sorry.
Did you bring your mat?
I totally left it on accident. I'm sorry. It's
Okay,
an
put your
accident.
shoes on then.
I
Yeah,
definitely
you'll be
need my
fine.
shoes. I'll be okay.
Do you have a towel? Or
I
no?
don't. Does someone have a towel I could
No.
use?
No, but I could spin mine this way. We could just use it for our hands and keep our shoes on.
That'd
Yeah,
be very
let's
nice
do
of
that.
You. Thanks.
That's what you
yeah,
should do.
I accidentally hung it and then totally forgot it. Like I hung it because it was got soaked after class, and I hung it on that thing.
It's all right.
I'm gonna be modifying for my lower back today.
Okay.
Just like going.
Your back is sore? All right.
I might move my mat into the shade of her.
For the yoga?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm afraid like some of you are gonna get burned too. Like I don't want you to get a yoga teacher training burn. I would get burned in the sun the whole time.
Moving this mat over a little.
Yeah.
Okay, so today back bends, twists. So your back is sore, huh? You've been practicing a lot? Or do
Yeah,
you think
a
it's
lot
combinations?
independently too, and like
Body is
Megan
sore.
asked me why I wasn't doing all the chaturangas yesterday in class, but I just pushing into upward dog has been really like not painful, but I notice it's there, and it just worries me. So I stopped working on handstands like halfway
is,
through the
right?
week. because I just
Okay,
felt
you
like
were
it was
working on
dangerous.
those. Yeah, they can be.
Yeah.
They can be, and it's not uncommon that, you know, sometimes when you're practicing a lot, you get sore. It's like a sport. But, you know, you don't want to like keep exacerbating it. I
Yeah.
should probably look at your upward dog, so you probably are doing it.
Overextending.
It doesn't look bad, but you might, no, it's probably in this little transition. You know where a lot of people hurt their back is when they're doing upward dog, like, you know, you pull into upward dog, right? And I've shown you guys that, where like you're pulling and lengthening.
Okay.
But right from here, see, look at my hips, watch. See how I'm scooping my hips forward? So I'm preventing my back from doing a deep back bend. And then push back to down dog.
As opposed to, like, what would be
As
the wrong
opposed to
form? Sorry,
not
that's
doing
you.
that, basically. So like scoop your tailbone before you do your transition. So inhale, pull up. Does it hurt there?
It hurts right
Engage
here.
your abs. Lift your hips
Like,
higher.
I don't want to go any further.
Lift your
into
hips higher up. There, that's where you should be.
it. Oh, okay.
Yep, like that. Now when you transition back, so before you transition back, scoop your tailbone forward. You do a pre-bend.
That's like better for the abs.
And your abs engaged
All
too.
it's an ab workout.
You see that? So you're probably, it's in the transition.
Engaging my core more.
Yeah, engage your abs and scoop your tailbone forward. So it's actually a pelvic tilt.
Okay.
It's a scoop. We call it a pelvic scoop forward. And you know what? It's like a millisecond. It's like not even a second duration of that is when you do the transition back. Plus, I think before, were you ever doing upward dog with your toes tucked under? Were you?
I don't think so.
No? Because that can cause lower back pain as well.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and lay on your back. Oh wait, that's gonna be hard for you guys. Put your shoulders on your back. Yeah, put your shoulders on the mat.
Okay.
And so doing your backward bend. Remember, the only back bend we're doing in this set, really, the only true deep back bend is bridge.
Yeah, I've stopped doing wheel this week.
Bridge wheel's another one which everyone loves pressing up to, but I do
can't
think
do
there's a
it.
timeline for
Yeah.
it.
I was doing it before, I just feel like it's a bad decision.
How many you can do is the question. The question is,
bad decision exactly?
like doing wheel, what people call wheel, it's actually, I call it upward facing bow.
Okay.
That's what I call it. Yeah, that one.
Where you go all the
Suki
way
probably
up?
can do it.
Yeah, like we go
Now?
all the way up.
So do bridge. So let's lay on your back.
This
So let's
is
go into
bridge.
bridge
And then
because I want to
this is-
just make sure we're doing this
And
totally
then that's
correctly.
wheel, right?
And then, yeah, that's what people call wheel. So bridge is here. So line up your feet, pigeon toe your feet in a little bit like this. Clasp your hands under your back and then extend your arms forward. Yeah, roll your triceps in. So that's our bridge pose. That's our back bend, our true back bend of the day. Bring your feet a little wider apart. There, like that, and then lift up. Squeeze your knees slightly. Does that hurt your back? Is anyone back? Okay. Well, this is the one that I put in the set purposely because it's a gentle, it's a more mild back.
Definitely.
People that do press up into wheel, which they do it over and over again, they're often the ones that start saying, my lower back, you know? Because wheel's extreme. It's extreme back bend.
Super.
Why don't I stop you? Well, you may be able to do it. You know, you may. And like, you may also hurt your lower back. You might. I'm not going to, I don't want to stop people from doing, I'll bet Suki probably could do upward bow. Right?
I can do
You can do them? Yeah. See, there's some people can, but you know, sometimes also it's the structure of the spinal column itself. I'm going to pause this.
I think I'm just burnt out.